Hi, I'm Erin with Breathe Grace Yoga. Today we're going to share a core workout with a focus of love. Let's begin sitting in easy pose and focusing inward on our breath. Breathing naturally and slowly, not forced. When your breath is established and even, we'll bring our focus to our intention today, which is love. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. We'll open our eyes. Place your right hand next to your hip, left arm comes up and over as we warm up before we begin. And we'll switch. One more time each way. Coming back to a straight spine, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take the left hand, bring it across to the right knee. Right arm comes behind you and look over the right shoulder. And come back to center. Right hand comes across to the left knee. Left hand comes behind you, look over the left shoulder. And come back to center. Place both hands in front of your knees, right below the kneecaps, kind of at the top of the shins. Round the spine, tuck the chin. Stretching out your spine here. And then lift the chest, look up at the ceiling, or close your eyes and just lift your face towards the ceiling. Opening up the chest, arching the back. And then we'll do that again, placing the hands below the knees, round the back, lean back, drop the chin to the chest. And then lifting, looking up. And coming back to center. And now we're going to come onto our hands and knees in a table, stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. From this position, we're going to engage the abs, pulling the belly button towards the spine. Flip the toes on both feet. And then we're going to press into the mat using all of our hands and fingers, not just the palms, and lift the knees just a little bit. Breathing. And release. Take a breath. And again, using your entire hands and fingers, pressing into the mat, engaging the abs, and lift the knees. And release. And again, press into the mat with your hands, lift your knees. And release. We'll do it one more time. Taking a breath to prepare first. And then pressing into the mat, engaging the abs, and lift. And release. Good. Shift your legs around to the front and come lie down on your back. From here, we're going to combine a couple of different exercises together. So you are going to start with your hands at your sides and your knees up, like we're ready to do bridge pose. We're going to take our right leg, flex the toes, bring it across the left thigh. So now we're in pigeon or figure four. Keeping those toes flexed, now we're going to flow through bridge. So let's inhale up, engaging the glutes as you are lifting. Inhale and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Continue with your own breath. We're working abs, glutes, quads, and we're opening up the hip. A lot going on here. One more. Good, and release that top leg. We'll take the other leg, flex the toes, bring it across into figure four or pigeon. Take a breath to prepare. And then we'll inhale up, exhale down. Remembering to engage the glutes, the abs, and the quads as you're moving in this bridge pose. One more. And release. From here, we're going to take the soles of the feet, bring them together, and open the legs in butterfly or cobbler's pose. If this is not comfortable for you, you can keep your knees up and your feet hip distance apart. That's fine. If this is okay for you, then come into cobbler's pose. We're going to bring the hands to the side of the legs, and we're going to lift the head and the shoulders, and when you lift up, your hands come up. So now they're just kind of hovering over the floor. They're not on the floor anymore. We're going to shift from side to side If you want to touch your calves, you can. If you don't quite reach, that's okay. And we're just shifting from side to side, working the obliques. Making sure you're breathing. And relax. Relax the head and shoulders down, bring the knees up to your chest, give them a hug. Now we're going to shift to the other side, come up onto all fours again. We're going to come into a spinal balance. So stacking the joints, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, pulling that belly button towards your spine. And we're going to extend out the left arm and the right foot, flexing the toes, and release. Right arm, left foot, release. Trying to just move the limbs and leave the torso nice and still. Let's flow with the breath. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Always the option to move one limb at a time instead of both. Couple more. And relax. Come into child's pose. And then we're going to shift up and sit on our bottoms. I'm going to face you so you could see what I'm doing here. We're going to come into a modified boat pose. Keep your heels on the ground. Arms are going to come out in front and you're going to lean back, and then you're going to shift your hands to one side, back to center, shift to the other side, back to center. Now you can lean back as far as is comfortable for you so that you're engaging the abs and you're still holding the pose, okay? So if you come so far back that you can't control the movement anymore, then that's too far. And if you need to be up here and you're twisting here, that's fine, as long as you're controlling the movement and you're feeling it in your abs. So go ahead and get comfortable. Come back as far as is comfortable. Arms are out, and we move to the side, center, side, center. Making sure you're breathing. It's called twisting boat. One more each way. Good. Bring the knees into your chest, give them a hug. And now we're going to do roll-up crunches, and I'm going to show you two options. If you have a wall where you can put your feet, that would be the best. Let me show you what that looks like, and then I'll show you what to do if you don't have a wall. If you do have a wall, you want to make a 90-degree angle with your knee here. Put your feet up against the wall, clasp your hands behind your head, or crisscross on your chest. You're going to lift your head and shoulders at the same time as you press your feet into the wall. So you're engaging your ab muscles from the lift of your head and shoulders, and you're engaging the quad muscles from pressing into the wall. So let's go ahead and do that. Lift and press and release. When you release your head and shoulders, you also release the pressure on your feet. Lift and press and release. And if you do not have wall space available, that's okay. You just keep your feet flat on the floor. Same idea, you're not going to get as big of a press in the quads with your feet down, but you can still do the lift. So lift and release. Exhaling as you lift, inhale as you lower. Making sure you're not tugging on your neck, you're using your ab muscles to draw you up. Good way to check that is put your fingers by your ears and just make sure that your hands are not what's pulling you. Couple more. And release. Go ahead and hug your knees. Now we're going to sit up and come into a saw. So you'll place your legs in a V, just the width of your mat. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what that looks like. Head on, just the width of your mat, a little bit wider than your hips. That's it. Your spine is nice and tall. You're sitting up as straight as you can. Arms come out to the sides. We're going to shift to one side, come down, tucking the tummy, back up, center. Shift other side, down, back up, center. The key here is to keep the tummy scooped, belly button pulled towards the spine the entire time. Continue a few more. One more each way. And relax. Good. Now we're going to come into leg darts. So come down to your back again. Bring your knees to your chest, give them a hug, and then one leg comes out while you hug the other. Lift the head and the shoulders, and then switch, and switch, and switch, making sure you're breathing. few more. And relax. Hug your knees. Maybe grab your big toes, press those knees down towards the mat. Rock around in happy baby, massaging your back. And relax. Take a moment to breathe, and when you're ready, find your Shavasana position for today. Choose a position that makes you comfortable and relaxed, a position that you can let go in. And bring your focus once again inward to your breath. Feeling each inhale fill your body. Noticing any tense, tender, or sore areas and just breathing into them. And when you're ready, bringing your focus to our intention of love. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come to a seated position. We'll inhale up and exhale. One more time, inhale up and exhale. The light in me honors and appreciates the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you soon.